Hello everyone and welcome back to the RJK Golf YouTube channel. Before we get into the video today, I will be leaving links in the description below so you can watch our front nine course vlog as well as my drone flyover tour of the Judge course. I will also be leaving links to Adventures in Golf on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail and Random Golf Club Films Break 90 at Ross Bridge. A little under a year ago, I was able to get in touch with Eric Anders Lang and help him put together one of his biggest video projects yet. I was with him every step of the way the week he was in Alabama, setting up meetings and helping his crew find site locations to film. It is one of my proudest moments and it is one of Eric's favorite videos, so please go give those a watch. Also, if you watch the Break 90 videos at Ross Bridge, both the front and back nine, you'll see your host, me, Riley Kegel, with Eric Anders Lang playing one of the longest golf courses in the world. Now, let's get into the back nine vlog of the Judge.
You gotta kind of keep that club head below your hands. Alright? Yeah. Nice. Good.
Alright folks, welcome back. Now that you're all caught up, you know that we are one under making the turn on the Judge course. 8 pars and a birdie for Isaac and I on the front nine as we come to the 10th hole. The Beast, 711 yard par 5 from the black tees. This is the hole that gives the Judge its name, it appears.
Both of those smashed, bro.
Now, the thing I will remind everybody of, if you did not go back and rewatch the first video, is that please, we are doing this as an example. This is a very difficult golf course, and it is very long. Play the correct set of tees. There's no reason for recreational players to go back, even to the purple tees. There's, I believe, 5 sets of tees on the Judge course. Play the one that fits your game, and have a great time. I promise, even if you play from the most forward tees, you will still find plenty of challenge. Now, a little humor, if you look over in our cart, you can tell that the other pro tip in Alabama, drink plenty of water. It is very hot in the summer, and you'll get a lot of times like this shot, where you get a flyer out of the short Bermuda rough. I think the important thing to remember, too, when you're playing difficult courses like the Judge is to smile and have fun. I hit driver, 3-wood, I believe 5-iron into this green, and was still just short. If you're going to go out and beat yourself up, just remember to have fun, and you might even get a few par putts like this. As we move on to hole 11 of the Judge, we must admire this par 4's risk-reward attributes. A left fairway, a right fairway, and a big drive middle fairway. Now from the black tees, your only option is hitting it up the right fairway. But if you're playing from a more appropriate set of tees, the only tip I would give is don't take the left side. Hit it up the right if you want to be conservative. If you have the length, hit it over the middle of the pond, but the left side will only give you a bad angle. Now here's a perfect example. We laid back from the black tees as much as we could. We had a flat lie and a straight shot into the green. So even though it was a long club and we didn't hit a great shot, we set ourselves up for success from the tee, which is what you have to do on a long, difficult golf course. Now here's another example of the tiers of the Judge and the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. Most people would take a 60-degree lob wedge out and fly it all the way to the hole and try to spin it. But with grain and these big slopes, it will not work. Take a gap wedge like I did here, fly it into the slope, and let the grain down the hill take it close to the hole. Thankfully, I had a great partner like Isaac who was able to clean up this par and help us move on to the next hole. As we move to hole 12, it is one of the most difficult holes on the entire property, but it is also certainly one of the most beautiful. A par 3, 245 yards from the black tees, all over water. You will find the lily pads in the water very calming as you step up to hit a 3-wood from the back tees. Now, this is a very difficult hole, but the green is massive. do not get greedy. Do not expect to be making a ton of birdies on this hole. If you can do what we did, hit it to the front center part of the screen, front right part of the screen, you're going to be set up with a fine look from about 30 feet. Roll it close like we did here, tap in for your par, and move on to the next hole. Once you've survived holes 10 through 12, you'll be welcomed with a reprieve on holes 13 and 14. We're going to let Isaac take over on this hole because he absolutely stripes a drive very smartly from the back tees left of the bunkering, almost to the dead center of the fairway, as you can see right next to the 150 stake, but to a front pin only 140 yards. Now, as Isaac does here, when you have a wedge in your hand and you're as good as he is with those clubs, you can really take advantage of some of these holes on the back nine.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
Isaac hits it to about 4 feet here, and I'm just going to let him take over and show you how it's done, because he put on an absolute masterclass on the 13th hole.
That's fine.
It doesn't look as clean. We good?
At long last, we take advantage of another hole, and Isaac makes birdie for the team. As we move to 2 under par, we're faced with one of the straightest holes on the golf course. But even on the judge, a straight hole is 469 yards and is absolutely no joke. Now, the drive was pretty straightforward down the left side of the fairway, but this shot, just pay attention to Isaac and his routine as he hits a crucial shot in our round. He hits a shot so pure, it even rivals the shot he hit on number 3. He was able to bend it around the tree from the middle of the fairway so that we could have a look at birdie. Now, I put the GoPro headset on again here so you can take a look at my putting routine as we get ready to try and make another birdie.
Yes.
Okay.
My 15th hole on this day, I believe, is a great example of how to use your strengths to your advantage. If you've watched my videos before, you'll be pretty familiar with my draw, which is usually a great shot to hit, except for on a birdie opportunity right to left, par 5 around water on both sides. I was able to barely skirt away from the tall grass off the tee, and then I used the old saying, the shot that gets you into trouble will usually get you out of trouble. Again, on this dogleg left, I'm able to hit a draw, starting it way left over the water and bringing it back, skirting the left side of the fairway, setting me up with a 96-yard sand wedge to a back right pin. Again, a great opportunity to use my strength of hitting draws, especially with my wedges close to the pin. It sets us up for an 8-foot birdie putt to take us to 3 under par.
Let's go 3 under.
So here's my question as we're faced with the 16th hole, a 260-yard par 3, water short, right, and long. Have you guys ever hit a driver with no wind on a par 3? We didn't really have any other option as we only carry our 3-woods about 235 to 240 yards. Thankfully, Isaac was able to slice one through the chute, which would give us a straight uphill pitch shot, which I got very lucky to pitch onto the green. Now we have gone all day, 3 birdies, no bogeys, and we are faced with this to save par on 16. Well, there's not much you can do. We almost made it into the clubhouse without a bogey, but the job is not done yet, and we're here to break par. 17 from any other tee is a very easy birdie opportunity, but from black tees, you're still left with a long hole. Water on both sides. We were able to hit the fairway here, and I blocked an iron going into the green, but again, on the judge, it's all about survive in advance. Hit the green, give yourself a look for birdie, and try to 2-putt and move to the next hole. Finally, we have made it. Hole 18 is one of my favorite holes in the entire world. A short uphill par 4 with the green perched on top of a waterfall. It's hard to think of any golf course in the world that has a better starting and finishing hole than the Judge.
That's deep.
A drive up the right-hand side over the bunkers will leave you with a flip wedge over the waterfall to a green that moves severely from right to left. Now you'll see my bender wedge technique here, which helps me spin the ball into the slope as I wave us goodbye into the green. Before we hit our final putts and sign off, I would just like to say a final thank you to all of my subscribers and to Isaac for helping me film this awesome video. Please let me know in the comments below if you liked this format of video, and let's see if we can roll this birdie putt in and shoot a 3 under 69.
Good round, Isaac.